students, good morning to all of you. I hope you all are in good health and taking great care of yourself. Welcome back to our English class. I hope that you are doing good in your exams and your preparations are going well for the remaining exams. And we have already completed chapter unit 1, 2 and 3 from your book Words and Expressions. And as I have told you before, this is just for the practice sake because it consists of the exercises which are related to grammar from your Beehive textbook. Okay, so don't get confused, but yes, we are just doing the practice. And today we would be moving ahead with unit 4. And we are doing participle clauses, that is on page number 61. Now, as you have already learned what are participle clauses before, and I have already told you that normally a sentence is made up of clauses, right? Now, a sentence can have both the main clauses, or a sentence can have one main clause and one subordinate clause. Now this subordinate clause can be a participle clause. And what are participle clause? Participle clause is a form of adverbial clause which enables us to say information in more economical way. It is a clause where the subject and the verb, a participle and the verb of the participle clause, right? उसका और मेन क्लॉज का सब्जेक्ट जब सेम होता है तब हम पार्टिसिपल क्लॉजेस यूज कर सकते हैं. नाउ नॉर्मली पार्टिसिपल दो टाइप के होते हैं. वन इज पास्ट पार्टिसिपल एंड वन इज प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल. यू ऑल नो व्हाट आर पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, वो हम पढ़ते हैं. वर्ब का तीसरा फॉर्म होता है, राइट, द पास्ट पार्टिसिपल. एंड वन इज प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल जिसके अंदर हम वर्ब के पीछे आईएनजी ऐड करते हैं, राइट. सो देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ participle clauses. So you need to remember basically that the participle clause say something more about the person or thing or an idea which is being talked about in the sentence. Sentence में किसी आदमी या किसी चीज़ या किसी आइडिया के बारे में जो बात हो रही है as a whole, right, उसी के बारे में participle clause ज़्यादा बता रहा होगा. ठीक है. So let's see the exercise given over here. The first one is already done. Waiting for John, I made some tea. Okay. Now you need to choose the correct option for all the sentences below. Waiting for the doctor, dash, a big noise scared everybody. The way read a magazine, ki the alarm went off. Waiting for the doctor, the way read a magazine. Okay, that is the right answer. Let's see the second one over here. Dash in the jungle, George had to find the way out on his own. So here students, we are going to use only the simple past tense, okay, or you can say the past participle, lost and lost, right? So lost is also the past tense and also the past participle. So यहाँ पे हम past participle use कर रहे हैं. Lost in the jungle, George had to find the way out on his own. Let's see the next one. Dash, our pottery will last for generations. Now here students, you need to understand कि हर एक के अंदर हम लोग present participle नहीं लगा सकते हैं. It depends on the sentence कि हम इसके अंदर present participle लगाए या past participle. अभी जैसे इसके अंदर हमारा जो subject है वो same है और वो क्या है? Pottery, right? So our pottery, if our pottery is treated with care, it will last for generations, right? So यहाँ पे हम जो आंसर में लिखेंगे या जो हमारा participle clause होगा वो होगा treated with care. Okay, treated with care, our pottery will last for generations. Dash a holiday, all the banks were closed. So here students, two actions are being taking place together. So we are going to use the continuous tense जो है being a holiday, all the banks were closed. Okay, and the last one, dash for so long he had lost all hope. So here student, this is an action which has taken place in past और अभी भी वो action चल रही है. So we are going to write this one. Having been unemployed for so long, he had lost all hope. Okay. Now let's see exercise 2. Here we need to join the sentences using a present participle as given in the example. इसमें हमें specifically present participle use करना है, ठीक है? Present participle मतलब जो हमारा verb होगा उसको हमें ing वाले form में लाना है, right? We walked along the footpath and we saw an accident. So you need to note that one of the two actions, the one which takes place first, is changed into present participle. ठीक है? So you need to remember one thing कि आपको दो sentences दिए हैं, उसमें से जो action पहले हुई है उसको हमें present participle में change करना है. जैसे कि walking along the footpath we saw an accident. Okay. He stood by the side of the temple and he asked people to go in. So here students, what do you think which is the first action taking place? He stood by the side of the temple, right? So you can write, standing by the side of a temple, he asked people to go in. Here you're going to write, standing by the side of the temple, comma, he asked people to go in. Okay? Let's see second one. She came out of the room and she greeted the visitors. So here also coming out is the first action, so we can write, coming out of the room, she greeted the visitors. Or you can write after coming out. Yes students, we need to write after coming out of the room, comma, she greeted the visitors. Okay, we need to add after. He heard the news, he started crying. So here students, which action has taken place first? Hearing, right? So hearing the news, he started crying. The next one, he found the lock broken, he rang up the police. So here students, first action is finding out, right? Finding the lock broken, comma, he rang up the police. And last one, okay, so let's see the last one. He felt sleepy, he went to bed. Here the first action happened is feeling sleepy. So we will write feeling sleepy, comma, he went to bed. Okay, now let's move on to the next unit, that is unit 6. Now in unit 6 students, that is my childhood, we have two topics in the grammar, that is passive voice and phrasal verbs. Okay, so we are not going to carry out the exercise related to passive voice from your words and expression, as it's not going to come in the exam. So let's move on with the phrasal verb. Normally students, what is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words which does not have a complete sense, right? In the same way, when an action word is along with a preposition and some other words, then it is considered as phrasal verb. जैसे कि हमने बुक में पढ़ा था break out. Okay. In the lesson My Childhood in your textbook, beehive, the phrasal verb break out is used by combining a verb break with a preposition out. Okay, so we already studied about that. Break out का मतलब क्या होता है? We have studied that to begin suddenly in a violent way, right? To begin. And many more phrasal verbs can be formed with the same verb break joining with other prepositions. मतलब वही वाला verb break ही लेकिन उसके साथ अलग अलग prepositions use करके आप उस phrasal verb को sentence में use कर सकते हो. जैसे कि break up है, break into, break open, break down and break up. Okay, so now we need to replace the underlined words in the phrasal verb with a phrasal verb from the list given above using the correct form. So ये जो box में words दिए हुए हैं phrasal verbs वो हमें sentence में use करने हैं. So let's see the first one. The passengers were troubled when the bus stopped due to engine failure. तो किसी चीज़ का बंद हो जाना suddenly. What do you call it? Breakdown, right? So यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे The passengers were troubled when the bus broke down. Okay? Now let's see second one. Neha's relationship with Rohan came to an end over a silly matter. Came to an end means break up. So here we are going to use Neha's relationship with Rohan broke up. Past tense है इसलिए broke up over a very silly matter. Let's see third one. The burglar, in spite of all security, entered Mr. Khan's house and took away all valuables. So यहाँ पे entered का मतलब होता है break into. So यहाँ पे हम आंसर लिखेंगे The burglar, in spite of all security, broke into Mr. Khan's house and took away all valuables. Let's see next one. The child attempted to leave the mother's grasp but she held fast. That means the child was trying to get away from her hold. So यहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हो The child attempted to break open the mother's grasp but she held fast. And the last one, the new director desired to discard the age-old practices in the office. So यहाँ पर discard का मतलब होता है break away. So the new director desired to break away the age-old practices in the office. So students, I hope that you are clear with the phrasal verbs. So let's move on to the next topic, that is from your unit 7, packing. So students, exercise over here, first one is something which you need to do it by yourself. In the given space, write the activities that you want or like or wish or prefer to do, or you don't want or you don't like, you don't wish or you don't prefer to do. Okay, so you need to write down कि जैसे on Sundays I like to, what do you like? You like to watch movies, you like to go out for a picnic, you like to go out for a shopping, right? तो आप अपने हिसाब से आंसर लिखोगे पहली एक्सरसाइज में. On Sundays I don't, in evenings what do you prefer to do, right? आप लिख सकते हो, या what do you want to do, in evenings I don't, then in the playground I don't, when I go to the fair I, and in the fair I don't. So you need to write down the answers according to your wishes and preferences. ठीक है? And in the chapter packing of your textbook Beehive, we have read about simple commands directions to reach your home, uses of do's and don'ts, and instructions for making something. For example, tea or coffee, etc. So, here, students, we need to read the given sentences and against each sentence write whether it is simple command, direction, do's or don'ts, or instruction in the space provided. Okay, so you have already studied commands, request, right, instructions, directions, ये सारी चीज़ें आपने पहले सीख ली है. So we are just going to carry out a simple exercise over here. So let's see. Let's see the first one. Sit here and help your brother in learning mathematics. Now this statement can come under simple command. Okay. Let's see the second one. Ride a bicycle and go near the river. You will see your friend swimming in the river. So students, here somebody is giving you the directions where you can find your friend. So this sentence can be considered as a direction. The third one, get up and go. You cannot waste time sleeping. So this is again command. Fourth one, do not wake anyone up suddenly while he or she is sleeping. So this statement comes under the category of don'ts, right? And the last one, in summer, keep a large bowl of water outside for birds and animals to drink water from. So this statement comes under the category of do's. ठीक है, ये do's है, वो don'ts है. So students, I hope that you understood this exercise, which is related to the statements, whether it is request, command, direction, instruction, do's or don'ts, right? So now students, now you can carry out the grammar portion of remaining I think 3 units, that is unit 8, 9 and 11 by yourself. If you have any doubt, you can call me. Thank you.